On Tuesday, November 15th at 7:02. First item on the agenda is pledge allegiance. Please stand and join us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda review. I'm good. We're looking in?
Yeah, all set.
Yeah, Nicole? Anything to add?
Nothing to add.
No.
Brian, were we gonna table the,
Yeah.
if we could table the community recreation design review across under Old Town Business?
Okay.
We're still waiting for more information from Cross Consulting.
Okay. Alright. And you, to back up 1 second, you have some information from Joel
Yes.
to talk about? Okay, alright, I just wanna make sure that was on there. Kathy? anything, Joel?
I do, I need
Okay.
just a corporate banking resolution signed,
Okay.
for an account program.
New town business, you put it under? Yeah. B.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything, Joseph? Brian?
No.
Steve, good? Good? Got anything?
Good to go.
Alright. I hear a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 1st.
I move.
And second?
I'll second it.
Alright, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public comment, anything that's not on the agenda? Very good. And, Swanton Patrol, monthly report, page 4.
See that. 1, 2, 3, 3 calls. So do we know, Brian, what he did with that dog that he took home?
That, I don't know.
Looks like
He returned it to
next
the
day,
owner.
it says right here.
Return town dog to owner.
Yeah,
So-
Okay, that's it.
old dog in bad shape, so it was an old dog.
And that's why he brought it home and not,
Yeah.
and didn't bring it to the town
Right.
garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
What we do the same for us,
Alright. Old town business, proposed maintenance position job, you wanna talk about that? Yep.
I sent you all the job descriptions.
You
Steve
did,
had a couple of questions and suggestions, and so his suggestions, yeah, he sent them all to you guys.
I did see that.
Okay.
They certainly, I think, decision as to whether I agree. I don't know if this would fit a 20 hour per week, unless there's some repair jobs. I pretty much would think that, I think before any major money would be spent, somebody's gonna have to sign off, and up to a certain amount I could, but then if it's something to the board. Actually, in the question of liability coverage, for it applies, the workers' comp and whatnot, the guys that work for the highway department will do some minor repair work here in the building. They installed all of the blinds and whatnot, so it's covered by that. I really would see this probably as being an addition, if we had a highway department employee.
I think that's kinda, was my original intention, was
Yeah.
that give somebody, maybe a part-time person, another 10 hours a week to do this stuff.
Right.
So we have somebody that's employed here to oversee the buildings
That's right.
that, when they need to go meet
Makes
somebody,
sense.
contractors, and we got one person that meets that contractor.
You know, you think about it,
Everybody knows what's going
the
on.
first job they'd have would be to put a book together on each building.
Yeah.
With all the stats, and on the furnace, we have one, and that's a pretty good task for somebody to have.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
after that is done,
Mhm.
it's mainly maybe
Yeah.
a quarterly visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Training is important.
Yeah, yeah.
Safety training
Yeah,
especially.
safety training.
Yeah.
So you know, we can continue to, you know, massage this.
Yep.
And the only thing, if we have somebody who's a part-time employee and we say gave them another 10 hours, that would trigger, if they.
We'd have to,
go
figure that out.
But, you know,
Could you move them down, if, say there's somebody in the highway department that would fit this,
Mhm.
could you delegate some of that person's duties down the chain, and
Mhm.
maybe everybody shares in some,
I suppose, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the option, you know. so-
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So I'll just continue massaging this. and-
Okay, well, we're discussing it, right?
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
You got a lot of stuff in here, you know, about fire hazard and all that. I don't know if that's really what we're looking for. I mean, we're looking for somebody to keep up with the maintenance of the building,
Yeah.
and see if that's kind of work that's being
Well,
done.
the only, I would say, I don't know about fire drills and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but fire safety type things, like
Yeah,
checking
yeah,
exit lights, emergency lights, those
Yeah,
type of things.
he's gonna be able to make sure that stuff gets
Yeah.
done. Well, he might not be doing that work himself, he's just gonna make sure it gets done.
Well, yeah, it's that
Okay,
part too,
yeah.
but, I mean, once a month, the maintenance guy should go around and check all these, and make
Yeah.
sure they work, make sure the batteries aren't dead. I mean, it's just a normal.
But on that same note though, I think it's important for all buildings to have that safety plan and make sure it's staying up to date and being followed
You
through.
want this person to be responsible for that.
Well, I
We're looking for a maintenance person now, so that you.
But that maintenance person would be responsible for, if we have to have a yearly fire extinguisher check. We have to have a yearly
Yeah,
check
right.
of our
That-
system.
yeah.
So that's what they
Yeah.
would be in charge of. They
They're
contact.
talking plans here and all
But
this
I think
stuff.
drafting and submitting it to us,
Yeah.
for us to overview is something.
Yeah,
that-
I don't think we need to go into having a maintenance guy doing a fire safety plan or anything like
you'd
that.
no.
be reporting to Brian anyway, right?
Right, yeah.
I think so.
Well, yeah, keeping the track of
Yeah.
the,
Keeping the
all that
And-
stuff,
and
yeah,
that's-
that's
yeah.
exactly what we
Yeah.
want.
Mhm.
And even if there'll be tasks that this person will probably see that needs to be done, but he may not be the person that actually does them, we bring it to our attention.
But
you
you may
know,
not be able to.
That's right, you
No,
may
no.
not be able to either, so.
Yeah.
I think it's a good job, Brian, good
Yeah.
start.
Well, I kind of, the reason with the thing with fire drills and that, I did kind of, this was actually for, I found it online.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
so I just
Yeah.
pulled a lot, I took a lot of stuff out, but
Yeah.
it was,
Well, you can take out some more.
yeah, take out.
Our insurance carrier probably has a list of stuff that we could do
Yeah,
as a building owner.
right,
too.
yeah,
Who,
which
who,
is,
who handles our insurance?
well, it's passive, it's part of the Vermont Leagues of Cities.
Oh, okay.
and Towns,
All
so-
right. Yeah.
And that's where I looked at their website for,
Yeah.
they have resources too. so.
The other question I got, and that would be more for James, is we have a part-time employee,
Part-time sometime.
just, you don't, he doesn't stay on.
No, well, he comes in if we need him, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically how that works.
But his part-time is how many hours? That's at 20 hours a week you're talking about?
24.
24, I'd say, it's
24.
usually 3 days a week, so, yeah. Yeah, so,
And 30 is the magic number?
25, I thought.
Yeah,
uh,
or, retirements.
Retirement.
yeah, yeah.
Retirement's 25,
And insurance is 30.
health is 30.
Yeah.
But your idea, James,
That's a
of
big
maybe
average.
weaving this into the current employees.
That's kind of what I was thinking, or a part-time person or something, it was, you know.
Yeah, I could redistribute them hours, and maybe, of course, he'd have some additional time in the winter, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so maybe we could just, you know, get the hours, so,
Yeah.
you know, we could stay under the full time.
mhm, yep.
And if we had to pay retirement, I guess, is it retirement and also, it's based on salary, or?
It's, 6.25%.
But in this particular individual we're talking, we'd have to be careful not to affect his retirement.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and I don't even know if that particular person would be interested in this anyways.
No,
but-
it's
But
just for.
that's kind of my theory was, that somebody through the highway.
Well, it makes sense, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, do it that way.
You know,
Yeah.
and not to dwell too long on it, but in the short-term future here, we're gonna have to have a part-time guy in the winter, once we start, these sidewalks get built. And
Oh, yeah,
we're
I
gonna,
can see
someone's gonna have
probably gonna
to do
be
a site,
that.
sidewalk maintenance, and
Do the small
So-
stuff with the other truck,
Yeah.
small truck.
so that's coming down the pipe, because once we add more sidewalks, then we're gonna be taking all the sidewalks we own in the town.
Yeah.
Cause the village won't take any more, they have more than they can handle now, so. So.
Okay, so,
Anyway, good job.
working on that.
Well, I know you wanna move on, but, we are in budget season, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start looking at some numbers too, Brian. Well, I mean, we know we have a part-time personnel for figuring out, but then we're gonna have to probably add some on to that.
Right.
What that cost
Right.
is,
Yep.
Yep.
so we know for our budget, you know, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna have to put some money in the budget for it.
Yeah.
But if we keep it simple and go along with James' suggestion, it isn't gonna be a big expense for us if we keep.
That big.
No,
No, it shouldn't be.
we're not adding
Just keep it
additional
in-house.
play, hopefully, this is
Yeah.
kind of the theory, so.
Yeah.
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 Oh, update on the Wild Road, the Wild Valley Rail Trail committee grant application. Can you look
Okay,
at that?
which if you go to, copy of Joel's email,
Okay, yeah, I didn't get my emails today, so I can send it to you right here. Yeah, I didn't say, tell me what it is.
page 11,
Okay.
he spelled it out, and we're just concerned with paragraph 1 there, LVRT grant application.
Yeah.
I believe he, you know,
I can-
spells it out there.
I can touch on that real quick, so I got a call from Joel last week, and he got a call from the state saying that they didn't get enough applications basically to cover the $2 million that they got in grant money for the rail trail. So if we were interested in adding more to our budget for inflation, things that have gone up or whatever, that we could add more to the grant we were asking for. So Joel thought that if we asked for another 50,000 towards the grant, then of course it would cost us another 10,000 out of our ARPA money. But it doesn't mean we have to use that money, we can give it back, we don't use it. But, I mean, he felt comfortable with what we had, but he said he didn't really see anything wrong with adding another 50,000 to it, seeing they're seeing the money's there, and we're welcome to add more to it.
There's some unexpected stuff we might run into.
That's it. So, and like I said, it's not, we don't have to use it. If we get it, we can send it back, but we don't use, no.
How much are we committed for now?
80,000.
80?
Yeah.
So this will bring it up to 90.
90,000, yeah. So,
And with the increase of 50,000 on the total grant, what was the grant for now?
4 or 450? It was already
For 4. and-
For 4, so that'd be 450 with the extra 50.
450.
Yeah. I didn't see a huge deal with it, no.
Need a motion on that, Mr. Chair?
Yes, we
I make a
do.
motion.
All right. You got a second on that?
I second.
All right. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And then we already know about this other part in the email. They're still working on the design. Oh, Summers. Keep losing the start page here.
And then we go to page 13,
Of course you do, you wanna get all back to front.
Public Library budget.
Hi, Becky.
Okay,
Hey, Nicole.
there we go. Getting on myself. Page 13. How you doing, Rebecca?
Pretty good.
Good.
And you guys?
Not too bad, I guess.
So in that, your packet, what you've got on page 14 is the operating budget for 2022. That's what was approved last year.
Yep.
Then page 15, Kathy ran off, this is as of last, I guess last week,
But that's,
11.
that's our portion.
This is our portion.
Right,
Yeah.
that doesn't have to do with the budget.
Right,
we can't-
this is what we've expended year to date. And then we have the operating budget for the library for 2023 on page 16. And 17. And 18. And Becky is here to.
Answer all the questions, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, where's the bottom numbers here? That's all. Most important.
This is non-salary, staff expenses.
On page 2.
Yeah.
So on page 15, this end, is this to the 1st of November?
To the, yes, the date on, I printed it this.
So, on page 17, I'm looking at the total expenses.
That's, I don't know, I just want her all to know, that is our.
That's our money
That's
budget
not,
for
that
our,
isn't
for the library.
pertaining to this budget you're looking at, that's
This, I believe, and I'm asking the
our
question.
budget that we have.
No, there's 64,000 left, you wouldn't be spending that much in the next 2 months.
We hope not.
Never know.
It gets good, eh?
So it's,
Where are you reading that?
well, just to interject, because no one took really the health insurance.
Okay,
So we budgeted for,
yeah,
so we have that line item which is over, so no, we aren't gonna spend that. And our unemployment training, I'll be taking that out, the building insurance, that will be coming out.
Yeah.
but we won't be, we're gonna, how much is that, was just the insurance, that must have been 25,
22.9,
22.9, that won't get used,
right.
for sure. You don't
For
know, there
sure.
may be
Well,
more.
Well,
it
even if
don't
they- even
mean that somebody in the future.
I know,
Well,
but
I'm
I'm just saying
saying-
for this year. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
This year, if someone signed on now, we'd have to pay a month's worth of
Yeah.
coverage, and then go
Yeah.
into the next year.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much guaranteed that money's gonna be left over the way it's been going, because you don't anticipate any changes. And then you don't know if there might be more left over than that,
Right.
from other places that didn't get spent.
Right. But we'd still need to budget for it in case.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I understand we need to budget for it, but.
So,
I'm a little lost here, but what, we got the budget here, it shows.
yeah, and that's where I was starting to ask is, so, Rebecca, this is a question for you, so we're looking at the library's budget itself.
16 and 17.
Page 17, is that the total line item for everything to the library for your part?
For the operating expense?
Operating expenses?
We got 67,490.
Okay, that's what you're asking for?
Yep.
And 68,245 was from last year? That was last, is
Yep.
that the way I'm reading this? Okay, yeah, I see it back here now, go back, 22, okay. So you're down by 1%, that's what we're saying. Okay.
69.9 according to this.
Yeah,
On page 18 is what,
Yeah.
the village of the telephone page?
That's the,
that, the little fine print one.
that
Yes.
corresponds with this one.
Yes. Wherever it went.
So where's the total between the operate
Well, that would be,
the inclusive, I looked at this, I couldn't tie it together.
Yeah, well, it would be,
I'll ask Kathy, but I think it's the 194,097
well, that would be
total
last year.
That's
budget.
Last year.
last year.
Okay, so it would be the 67,490.
Yeah.
If you're looking for the total library, plus, on the, our budget, the town of Swanton, on page 15, last year was 194,097. And Kathy will get us
What are you asking me?
yeah, well, like, what are we looking at for salaries?
We don't really have our budget
Our budget,
total
no.
together
No.
yet, so, okay. Yeah.
And then you had said that we should bring that all into the general fund anyways, instead of having a separate, you had mentioned it last year, that it should be just part, instead of a separate line item, it should just be putting into our
Yeah.
general fund budget, like,
Yeah,
But, and this whole thing is somewhat confusing because you're looking at 94 and then there's another 67. I mean, the budget's not all one freaking budget.
So there's two budgets, because it's two different things.
Because,
so.
because if we incorporate the library back into the general fund, then we just have the general fund budget, and then you're gonna have the appropriation for the library. But, so you know, last year, the article that got voted on wasn't the 69, it was 53,500.
Right. Which is seen at the bottom of the page.
Because there was some money left over, right?
No, I think it's because you had some revenue you were counting on, right, last year in the budget?
I don't remember.
In the 20,
Yeah, there
I
was
do
in-
remember
there
that
was in-
the wording on the ballot,
It looks
We'd really
here,
like to
and
discuss
correct me if I'm
that.
wrong, that it's coming from you're right, their
Right.
income,
Mhm.
so.
But shouldn't we have a budget that shows the all-in cost, regardless of where the money comes from?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what's a little confusing, because you gotta
Yeah, but
add
we-
theirs and ours together.
so 2,300
Because I tried to tie it all in, and I couldn't get the numbers to work.
So that's why it's
Yeah,
there.
and it's not, we haven't done our portion of the library budget yet. That's why we don't have an exact number yet. We're gonna-
Right, because
Yeah.
are we going to, we have that for 2022, but
Yeah,
last year when we talked about it, we had thought about just incorporating it into the general fund.
Well,
So like I would have, like I have the highway department,
yeah,
then I'd have, they would come into my fund, the general fund. So I would have still like library salaries, but it would be in my general fund and not a separate fund by itself.
yeah,
But still, we got the library like this, somewhere there's gotta be a number that shows
yeah,
salaries, wages, all of these expenses,
yeah.
so we can track that year to year to see if there's an increase, decrease, or whatever.
Right, there would be, because there's a separate line item for everything. So
I know that, but
basically,
for us to make a decision, we're gonna accept the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we're voting on if we were to make that vote.
but the budget that
oh,
we do
Yeah,
is the expenses we're responsible for. So it would become part of our general fund, which
I know
you can
that.
see the separate expenses, but their expenses for their operating is a total separate item
Does that
themselves.
include salaries and wages and everything?
No, all the salaries are in ours.
Okay, but I guess my point is, to know what it's costing us to run that operation,
Yeah,
we gotta capture all these numbers and put them in a column and say, to run that library is gonna cost us X amount of dollars.
yeah,
Salaries, wages, balloons, everything.
yeah. And that's the way we did it last year. We took, what our budget was, and their budget added together, and that's how we got our.
no, we voted on two separate things.
right, yeah.
Yes, but
Yes.
we took the two numbers and we still knew when we added them together how much it was
Yeah,
costing.
so we were
Can we see
voting
those
on
two
two
numbers
articles.
this year then?
Yes, what's that?
Can we see those two numbers, and so we can do kind of a comparative discussion?
So what they have prepared for us is what the library has as their operating budget. And then the reason, as I'm seeing it, that the smaller printed one that Kathy presented us is because they're looking for an increase for their staff wages. So we haven't, us as the select board haven't decided what we're going to put forth for building maintenance and the other categories that we need to obviously find out. But I think what we're looking to vote on right now, or looking to discuss, is the projected operating budget, including the increase in wages that the library is looking for, which will help us determine what we're looking at as an overall budget for the library.
All right, that is one issue, yeah, but the issue Kathy's talking about is how are the voters gonna vote on this, and that kind of brings in what Steve is bringing up, because, you know, if we're not gonna put it in our portion in the general fund, which maybe we should, then we should be voting on one article that would include the town share and the library share, so the total amount would be there, simple.
Yep.
Clearly.
So that's just the verbiage and how we write
Yeah.
it on the
So now are you
article.
talking our responsibility of the expenses, or you want to combine them all together?
I wanna combine them all together in one article.
Yeah, we don't care where the money comes from, I guess.
Yeah, because it's the same taxpayers, okay? But we have our share to raise, you know, so the total operating budget for the
I don't
library,
think you could put them all into one.
I don't see why not, it's all going to the
We
library.
don't
Then
care,
you should
we
just
don't care
offer
where
it
you
to
put
general
them.
fund and have one item, one.
We don't care where you put them. We just wanna know what it costs.
Yeah.
Wherever you go to gather the
Right.
funds, that's.
So basically, our budget for the library last year for our salaries, wages, things we're responsible for according to the MOU was $194,000.
Okay,
And their expenses total were 60, but they had some revenue, income, so they bet, it was 53.
53,500.
52,500.
So when they came to ask for the money last year, their actual expenses were 68,245. But they only needed to get from us, put in the line item 53,000, because they had some offsetting revenues.
Yes.
all right.
Well-
But still, we had the gross amount for the offset.
That's what I'm,
Right.
that's the whole point. We voted on 2 articles last year. So what you're saying is you don't know, but we should find, I'd like to find out for sure, is why we can't combine that into one article.
Stating, shall the town appropriate X amount of dollars towards the operating of the Swanton Public Library?
Yes, because that's what we're doing.
Including salaries and wages.
Yes, including salaries and everything, then you put it, the part that we're gonna budget for us, and their part, what they brought here, or if we agree to it, and put it all together in one article.
So what if you have voters who want to vote yes for one and no for the other?
They won't, if it's in one article, either they're gonna support the library or they're not.
Yeah.
But what happened, that's right, and if you put 2 articles in there, that's the problem with it. But Steve's got a valid point, that if people, it makes it easier for people in the community to actually know what is being budgeted for the library if you have it in one simple article.
That's why they should have thought, why we do something like that.
And I think the library would like it better in one single article, instead of making it look like we're doing some weird double dipping thing.
Yeah.
But that's something that we could amend in the MOU to make it more.
Well, it depends, the MOU just split the expenses. Basically, the town's responsible for the building and all the upkeep,
Yeah.
mechanical, the furnace, all that stuff. And the library is responsible for anything within the library, tables, chairs, books,
Right.
paper, they're inside, staples, all that, they're inside expenses. So we're basically responsible for the building.
Yep.
And the salaries and things like that.
Yeah.
And their budgets were
And
keeping.
who pays for the rest? That's between the town and the village?
No, it's general article,
Just
yeah,
the town.
yeah.
Why don't we see if we can put together one budget, all inclusive of what we pay and what they pay, and that will tell the taxpayer, this is what it's costing us to run this show.
Yeah,
I don't care where the money comes from.
right, but that, I think Kathy, I understand what you're saying, from a office standpoint, you're still gonna have to do it the way you've been doing it.
So that's my question.
Yeah,
We're
but-
not going to, we're
right.
not, okay, that's all I wanted to know, because I've had a lot of work to do coming ahead of me, we're
Okay,
gonna switch things
but
again.
when we
We're
come to
staying as we
vote
are.
for the appropriation,
Yeah,
we're just voting on one article
yeah.
with the total amount of the library in it. Everybody knows what it is.
So it's-
Simple. But from the office standpoint, you gotta keep doing things the way you've been doing them. Yeah, you can't change that because basically they're gonna have their same operating budget like they do now, and we're gonna be doing the same thing we're doing now.
Okay.
But it's just to make it clearer for the voters, to make it easier for them to understand how much is actually going.
You know, I couldn't vote on anything tonight until we get all those numbers. So we shoot the gross operating costs out.
And we don't have to vote on it tonight
Okay.
anyway, so it's just for us to look at, ask our questions and concerns. And
This is the first pass through.
Right.
Now, you're proposing a 10% increase in salaries. Is that, are you proposing more employees?
No,
No.
but when we talked to you last year, we were trying to get our employee salaries up to where they were somewhat equitable with training and what other town employees make and whatnot. And we agreed to do it in 2 steps. So this is step 2. So we're trying to bring our part-time people up somewhat. And our director just got her Vermont Library certificate, so we wanted to bring her up. So that's what we're asking for.
your numbers didn't look unreasonable. No, they really look good. I mean, let's face it, we gotta pay more.
Yeah.
I don't, they look pretty good. They look pretty good.
And that's about the only thing that I can see that you really asked for an increase in. Your overall budget is down a little bit from last year.
Yeah, so I have a question, couple for you, Rebecca. How often does the cleaning people clean the library?
Once a week,
Once a week?
yeah.
That's also.
I know we've been asked about that before.
Yeah.
The team we've got now is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
They've now expanded to cleaning the King's Daughters Room, which is a big chunk of the library.
Yeah.
It's outside contract.
Yeah,
And with the amount of increased use the library's seen over the last year,
No,
somebody who
just
visits
wondering how often it's
regularly.
cleaned, that's all, no
Yeah.
problem with it. And the only other question I got is your electricity and water. Costs $1,000 a month for electric and water over there?
well, we got that right off of
Yeah.
our bills, and this
Yeah.
is, we usually in the budget had separated those out, so
Mhm.
so there was electricity and water. Now we're getting them combined, the bill combines them, so.
Oh, yeah,
It's my understanding that water is more expensive because they have a commercial line.
yeah.
So it's more for a commercial line because it's bigger and more water.
Hmm.
That's what, someone explained that to us at one of
For
the
those
meetings
two
before,
bathrooms
that's
we
why
have
it's
over
so
there,
much.
right? Or three or whatever.
There's a fire or something, you
Yeah.
have to have that much water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's because of the sprinkler
Yeah.
system, that's why, yeah. But, yeah. It is what it
Diane
is.
told me that.
Yeah.
And I think the rates are going up this year. I think our
That's
weather
just
just,
going up.
For commercial or residential?
I'm
commercial,
Yeah,
probably both.
Hold on.
I believe you got to pay a bond.
yeah, I just got the bond.
Well, the only other thing left with this library discussion is what other physical improvements do we have to make there? We've got a couple, surprisingly, we had to do some roof work.
Well, yes, no surprise, but.
You know, what else should we know about?
Is that still on schedule to start tomorrow?
Yes. Well, possibly Thursday.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Weather
it's supposed to be.
permitting.
Yeah, this
tomorrow.
doesn't seem like the right
So-
weather to go on the roof.
So we have a bid meeting on
The 22nd.
the 22nd,
Heating
yeah,
system,
okay,
the furnace.
yeah.
For the furnace.
We're having a mandatory bid meeting on the 22nd for anyone that's gonna bid on the job, they need to be there, so everybody's on the same page.
That's just,
That's so
if
they
they
know,
want
and
to
then it goes,
bid, they have to be there.
they have to be there, required to be there, and then the bids are due in by December, or what day you have to look at it, but
Yeah,
I think it's before our second meeting,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what about the water and elevator issue?
We're still trying to get hold of Otis.
Yeah.
Otis will not return a phone call.
That's awful.
That's the elevator company.
Yeah.
Well,
I
apparently
understand.
there's one person in the state.
Yeah, but this is, I'm calling a toll-free number.
It's a worldwide
which is
company.
Otis,
And they own
and
the
they
monopoly
don't
now.
return
Yeah.
phone calls.
Okay, so
The,
what,
It's
the
terrible.
church over here. in
No,
the
that
corner
elevator
does the
is
same thing.
awful.
They can't get hold of them either.
Doesn't work or not safe?
It's safe.
Yeah.
It's passes inspection, but periodically we get water in the elevator pit,
Yeah.
which then is a problem.
all right,
So,
that's something that needs to get addressed.
yeah, it has been
Well,
addressed, but the issue is right now is the breaker in there is, or the GFI must be tripped, so it's not pumping the water out. There's just some pump in there.
Well, there's only
So-
some way of fixing that.
But it, well,
The problem is, it's an elevator, you can't enter the elevator shaft without a licensed elevator person there.
Right.
It's a real crappy
electrician's gonna
situation.
get- And then the elevator is above, so
Mhm.
the elevator's gonna be above that person working, so the
Yeah.
elevator
Yeah,
tech is gonna be there.
it's to be on
That's the
site,
problem.
and they're the only ones can open the shaft, so.
That's, and,
I would-
I've called them about every 2 days,
Yeah,
and there's no,
it's ridiculous.
they just leave a message,
Yeah.
and they're a national company, worldwide.
You're on TV, Brian, be careful.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it is, it's awful. They won't play back, yeah. And they
Well,
buy
I
the
understand,
other
okay.
company, so.
Now I understand the whole situation, but, so it doesn't sound like just fixing that might not be a real major expense.
So it's just either.
No, it's a matter of resetting the GFI right now, so the water will pump up.
Yep.
They did put all new sump pumps in there this summer.
You think you could have some kind of system where you could reset that without
Well,
having to
that's
go
why I
underneath the
asked to be
elevator?
there when they come again, because I think that the outlet should be in the other room somewhere, it's plugged in there where you
Yeah,
can
I
get to
mean,
it.
yeah,
It's
that
not-
needs to be changed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think about
It's
that,
not
I
a-
just do it.
Yeah, great situation, can't get to it, so.
But
Yeah.
still, it'll have to be an expense, so how much do we have budgeted in our, for building maintenance? What did we budget last year?
3,000.
Yeah.
3,000? That's probably not a realistic number, is it?
Not anymore.
Not anymore probably, but there is, I mean, we have a contract with the elevator company
I
that we pay.
understand that,
for them.
James, but that
But-
still isn't, like, if you're gonna fix this wiring,
Mhm.
that's gonna be extra
Yeah.
money. Then you
Yeah.
come into these things like those, this roof issue could be something else.
Mhm.
We only have 3,000 budgeted for maintenance. It sounds like maintenance has probably not been kept up very well, has it?
But as
Not
long as
for a
you can't get
long
a hold of
time.
them.
James just mentioned we have a contract with Otis.
With Otis.
We have a contract
We
with
don't pay
Otis.
it for a
Yeah.
while, that's you're
Well, I
Yeah,
was thinking
well, that's the
the
best,
same thing.
best part, we just got a bill from my question not too long ago for a fuel surcharge for $200 and something.
Just don't pay
It
it.
ain't
don't
been
pay it.
here.
Yeah, no, it's one-time fuel
Yeah, there's
surcharge fee.
there's a bill in here and it's on the orders to be paid.
Oh, yeah, is that the one for the fuel
250,
surcharge?
no, that's their regular quarterly,
Yeah, the fee
Oh.
to come out and,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't pay it.
Well,
yeah.
Steve, you brought up a very good point.
They just,
I would-
call us as soon as then we can ask them
To send a
questions
phone.
that we
Yeah.
have.
I will propose, or I'll make a motion that we have Brian contact Otis again and tell him we will not pay any more invoices until they give us a time when they're gonna address this issue.
I'll second it.
Try it, yeah, yes, yeah. All right, so we'll second that
I'll
motion.
second it. I was
All
gonna say
right,
that.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. So. Yeah, no, it's a little crazy, but. Yeah.
so just so I know, are we not gonna pay that bill
That's right,
this
we're
time?
not gonna pay it
Yeah,
right
The
now.
only thing we wanna be careful of
yeah,
is that if we're not showing effort to keep the maintenance up,
Yeah.
would we have a liability issue if something happened?
Well, I think we are, we
Well,
can't get it
the only
addressed
problem
right
is,
now,
is
so
the only thing I worry about with not paying that bill is that then they'll say, well, you didn't pay your bill, so you don't have contracts anymore. Contract, and there is nobody else.
Well, let's see where it goes.
well, we'll put in some different stairs.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has to be handicap accessible.
Yeah.
We'll just have to write down on the rope to reset the breaker.
Maybe dumbwaiter system.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is.
Well, I mean, we're not, it's not very usable the way it is, so what difference does it make?
Oh, it works fine.
It
It
works.
works.
It works fine,
Oh,
it's
it
just
does.
water pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the inspection is gonna be due.
it is due, so, and it has to be corrected before they.
It's-
Will it pass with that water in there? Or
No.
It won't pass with that water?
No.
It's a provisional date on there.
Yeah, that's,
And so they're gonna have to, they've gotta come and,
Yeah.
and, the other thing I still could do, I can call the Division of Fire Safety and speak to the elevator person there
yeah,
and say,
Yeah,
hey, what do we do?
Sure.
yeah,
Or not.
yeah. No, it's worth
We
it.
have a motion, you cannot pay them.
Right,
Yeah, that's fine.
we're not gonna pay.
All right,
So when we make a motion to the orders for that library, just
Yeah.
make a motion to approve the orders.
yeah,
except
to
for
hold
not
off on
paying
that
it.
one, so, okay,
I'll
Okay.
just void that check until you wanna pay it.
yeah, that's fine.
Wanna vote on his motion then?
We're
Sure,
good,
we'll
we're
We
good.
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell is it?
Yeah, you must have said yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You might want to, in lieu of the check, just write them a letter, so you have it on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, saying like.
good idea.
In lieu of
In
this,
writing.
check, so you're not invited, so you don't get in the.
Exactly, yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's the
but
only
you
thing I
never
worry
paid
about
that.
is
Here we
you can
sit
pay your
and
bill,
sign.
see ya, you
Or we'll
know?
hold your check.
Yeah.
We're covering our ass until you come and fix it.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, I think you should draft them a letter and send it to them, with the, you put the bill information on there, copy the bill, say, just say, we're not paying this bill until you guys contact us, so.
Repeatedly
Yeah.
and calling it.
Yeah. Okay, we're good on the library budgets?
Can I ask one question?
You sure can?
Because the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, we're working on the library budget. So just so I have an idea, what's your thought on building maintenance? What do you want to put into that line item?
Well, We put,
3,000.
yeah. Well, we put some money that was left over last year into the bill, we used that, 10,000 was in the building maintenance money, right?
Right, but you're using that for the.
We're gonna use, yeah, we're gonna be using that,
For
so,
the roof.
yeah,
For the roof.
yeah. I mean, I put at least 5,000, you know, it's a starter. I know I need a lot of money,
I'd
but,
go 10 anyway, the minimum, but, it does look like there's gonna be some rollover money again.
Once again, with the rollover money in the general fund.
You can't designate
It
it.
gets, right,
Yeah.
gets deducted from the amount they raised by taxes.
Okay,
for next
I understand
year.
that. In the highway department,
You can roll over
you can,
because
yeah.
they use it to maintain the highways for the safety of people.
I mean, there's other work that's gotta be done there, so, there's painting and stuff needs to be done outside next year, and,
Well,
I mean,
here,
10,000 ain't gonna go very far, but,
Well, you can do that, the highway can do without voter approval, so if you wanted to do, if we do have a
Right,
rollover,
right.
and
You could
then
ask
you could
for
ask
approval.
for the approval to roll that amount over,
yeah,
a certain amount of what we have left. So
Yeah.
you can put it out to vote,
yeah.
to keep that, put that into like a
Mhm.
maintenance reserve fund or something.
Yeah.
So you have to put it to vote,
Mhm.
it has to be an article.
well, it makes sense to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
can put it all in the same article.
No,
Any
it's
less-
separate
any-
article.
Or does that be
Yeah.
separate?
No, you have to, it has to be a separate,
Separate.
Yeah.
separate article.
okay.
Well, I would propose that we put that, I'll agree to the 5,000, the
Yeah.
smaller amount,
Yeah.
in this, in our proposed budget, but this rollover money, what I'm proposing is that we ask the voters to approve putting it in, a repair, building repair fund.
Okay, yeah.
Because, you know, we seen what's happened this year, if we didn't have that ARPA money, I mean.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, definitely, so,
That would be a good way of doing it. That way it won't, we're trying to keep the tax rate reasonable, but we still have to maintain the buildings, you know, so we gotta find a way to try to make it affordable. That looks like an affordable way of doing it, you know, putting that in as a separate article. And
Okay.
then, so we, you know, if everybody else is happy, I mean, we'll just raise it to 5.
Okay, I'm putting it in there,
Okay.
because I'll be
Sounds good to
working on
me.
those. and-
we don't need to vote on that anyway.
No.
just-
No, you don't.
Once we budget all done.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, anything else for library?
Well, this is the nicest budget meeting for the library that
Yeah.
I have ever attended.
Yeah, too bad. Yeah. All right, so, and you're aware of the bid meeting coming up on whatever day I just said?
The 22nd.
22nd, for about the boiler, so.
10 o'clock.
And actually, if you can ask them, make sure the stuff's cleaned out upstairs out of the way of that boiler room, so.
Okay.
Where the furnaces are, so we can get up there and look at everything we need, so.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
We'll keep moving forward, plugging away over there, so.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, you have a good night, Rebecca.
Just to
You too.
confirm, is it 10 or is it 3
What?
for the furnace bid meeting?
I thought it was 10, good.
No, I
Did you
thought it
say
was 9
three?
o'clock.
Oh my god,
On the 22nd?
I wrote
Yeah.
3 down, 3
I
p.m.,
thought it was
so
10
what
o'clock.
time is it?
In the library.
I gotta go back and look, and I don't have the email in front of me, so,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll look at, you can send out a confirmation email.
I thought when I sent you back the email about the bid meeting, I said make it at 9 o'clock, but I could've, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the.
Well, we'll make sure we get to
That,
that time.
I was thinking.
It was just in the paper. Where's the paper? It was in the courier, so, yeah. It's all right. We'll get the right date, right time. Kathy, you needed something signed?
It's a resolution, because, Betty Joint, the tax collector, has her account right now, M&T Bank, and wants to transfer that account over to People's Trust Company. And of course, she operates under a tax ID number, so in order to do that, we need a new resolution signed,
On the paper.
which will allow her to endorse checks and pay the bills and maintain the account, but that's it, just for her account.
Why is she moving it?
The fees,
Because
Yeah.
the fees are astronomical, I guess. So this, each one of you needs to sign down there. You can pick anyone.
But we need to make a motion before we
Yes,
sign that,
exactly.
so.
I'm not
I'll entertain a motion to sign the resolution for the tax collector to
That's
change
for her
banks.
tax collection account.
Account, yeah.
Okay.
I move it.
All right, you a second on that?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, ayes have it, now we can sign it.
That's right. They just.
Do we have economic development, we got anything on that tonight?
They
No.
changed after they took over.
Nothing from the list?
Nothing on.
No,
this week?
nothing,
No.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll move on to highway then.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes,
You don't
we-
wanna print your name, I can print it after. You can just sign it and I'll print your name.
Oh, okay, good.
The Mack dump truck, you all saw the email about the proposed repair bill
Well, I'm
for.
looking at her, yeah, I was gonna have her do mine.
Not much we can do about it, it's gotta be fixed, so. And I did do a little research and that the camshaft falling apart in there is a common item in that truck, it's nothing we did. So it just a fluke of everything going together at once and,
Is that one used, that they used to plow with also?
yeah, it's our big tandem, so it's an older one, but. So it's down there at the Sheldon Trucks right now, and I actually spoke to the owner yesterday, and I didn't know it, but they're all done the end of the year, the place is closing, a lot of business, so the guy's retiring, so. And they don't have anyone to take over the
Yeah,
company,
they
so.
sent a letter. It's-
Yeah, that's what he said afterwards, they'd send out a letter, but I hadn't heard it yet,
So
so.
that's just for Mac.
That's a Mack and Volvo dealer down there, yeah. But this is for the Mack truck, so. And this is an estimate, so, I mean, and this was high, he put in there replacing all the lifters and everything, just to, but they may not have to, so maybe a little less than that, but worst case scenario. So, he's hoping they'll have it done before they close it, so I hope they do.
What's the age on
It's not
this?
there that long?
They just busy, they only got 2 mechanics, so they have to wait our turn to get in there. What's, hell, I think it's an 05.
This ain't the oldest truck we have, is it?
I think it is, yeah, the old Mac. She's been, she's had a rough life, but it's a tough truck, so we'll just leave it there. But, it's a good old truck. What am I signing here?
That's that, change of a bank account.
Yeah, I guess I gotta sign down here.
Just sign here. No,
No,
don't
no,
touch
you're-
that,
you're-
no.
Why?
I just was told, she'll print your name, don't worry about it, just sign.
She was only doing that for you. Oh my God, killing me.
She'll do it for you.
Yeah. She's gonna have to now, because I only signed it, so.
What's that, McCall?
Yeah, oh yeah, Macomb Shore culvert update, I don't know if I got delivered today or not.
Well, I wasn't there at 12:30, I went down.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Today, tomorrow, they're supposed to deliver the culvert, so who knows with the weather.
Cold getting pretty bad.
I know the guys are going down there to put some more shit in there today, so.
And it's, I
Sign
went
your
down
name.
Sunday.
Kathy, will
Yeah.
put your name in.
It was okay, but today it was really, and a couple of people called, so.
Oh, did you tell Pat?
Well,
Yeah.
Kathy did.
I called Pat and he said they were gonna, if they put rock in today and if it snows tomorrow, they're gonna
Yeah.
plow it out of the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said.
Oh, I thought they would put some coal patch on it or something. but-
No, they've been filling, they were gonna just put the crushed stone in because they're gonna be tearing it up.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yes.
But he said they didn't wanna put any in because if they go down.
Are
the
they
crushed
starting as soon as,
They,
Yes, signs there.
they're starting
The road is supposed to start Monday.
Monday.
This Monday coming?
I sent the notice out to all of the agencies.
Yeah.
The-
Have they put up a notice down there saying the road's gonna be closed next week
I
yet?
haven't, I didn't see one.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No,
I'm
they're
just
supposed
put it on
to
the
put
marquee.
that up there, so they,
Yeah,
I know they should need to sign on
Are
it.
they gonna have that done before Thanksgiving?
They are.
yes,
Okay.
it'll be,
They'll have it passable within 2 days and then they'll button up the rest of it
Yeah.
as they go. So, and they already put in the email that they'll tar it as best they can, we may have to come back in spring and repaint it because it's just
Probably, yeah.
being the time of the year.
And it's supposed to stay cold too.
Yeah.
They'll
So,
tell him.
that's where we're at, we just had to change the culvert out on Champlain Street,
Yeah.
this will be Monday, it's gone bad.
Yeah, that was bad. I hit that bump way too often. But thank
Yeah.
you, it looks good.
There's another one out there, but they're waiting to do it next year, it's fine, it'll survive the winter, so. More's on order, so they honored the price, they're all good with that.
So you don't have to pay for that more till it comes in?
Won't see one, no, I haven't seen no bill for it, so.
So
Yeah,
we can
no.
just, that'll have to be something we put in the budget then.
No,
You got money for that now?
yeah. Listen when I talk. Yeah, we got part of it there, then we'll take the other part out of the roller money. So, we'll make sure to pay
for
for
that
that.
Mack truck too, That ain't cheap.
No, it's not cheap at all. That's why we kinda hang on to that extra money for a little slush fund sort of, but you never know where you're gonna have an emergency, so, yeah.
It might be empty after you pay for that truck.
No, it won't be empty after that, but, yeah. It's, unfortunately, that's a cost of own equipment, you know? You never know. It's always something. But I don't have nothing else for highway, I think that's pretty much covered it, so. General orders. Those. They're in a packet, or separate, yeah, they must be separate. There we are. I hear a motion to approve general orders from 10/19/22 to 11/15/22.
I move.
A second?
Alright. Look at them.
You had to pay that Bannister 14,000 up front.
Yep. Deposit.
And I'm assuming for MVR, it's just a typo, 59 out of 10, it should be 9 out of 10.
Yeah, where was that?
For Mrs. Quick Valley Rescue.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll fix that in my system.
What's the M&T Bank?
They bought the chip.
They bought it.
Yeah, that's the bank, but software and emails for.
It's our credit card bill.
Oh, okay, alright.
It used to be
Yeah.
People's United or.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
is-
no, I knew what the M&T Bank was, I just was confused at what we were paying them for, so, no, it's,
Well, it's a
okay.
software purchase for our
I didn't realize, no, I was just asking what that was, I didn't realize it was a credit card, so that's why I was asking,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a new one.
yeah, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're all good. All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. Highway orders 10/19/22 to 11/15/22. Any motion on those?
I'll move.
I second.
Alright, quick second look at them.
You got that state money for that, the paving, right, for DB Road?
No, we just, got the bill from Pike.
That's the 260, 360.
That'll be going out this week to the
So-
state.
So you gotta pay the bill first, or, yeah?
Yeah.
Any other question on the highway orders? Alright, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. Library orders 10/19/22 to 11/15/22.
I'll move.
Yeah.
Except for the elevator, right?
Yeah, that's right, we're in inception of the elevator, we're not paying that
That's
bill for
right,
now.
with the exception of Otis,
Yep,
for the amount of 262.72.
yep,
I second.
alright. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Alright,
Aye, opposed, ayes have it. Payroll orders 11/19/22 to 11/15. Whoops, that should be 22, not 12.
I move.
Alright, a second on
I'll
that.
second.
Alright, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. There. Sign away. Correspondence, anything under that?
No.
No? Public comment? Any last call on public comment?
Nope.
Gordon, the
this-
building looks beautiful.
What's that?
I came to look at
Oh.
the rec building, but I guess I missed that, or Joel said
It
I
got
wasn't.
tabled
I
until
know
next
that.
year.
Oh, yeah.
The theater building here.
Oh,
Yes, the
yeah.
theater building looks beautiful.
Yeah, if we could get the rest of the windows in.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Really,
It
so.
still looks beautiful.
Just wanna say thank you to everybody who helped put the flags up and take them down, greatly appreciated. And,
Also like to, Christmas in the Park will be November 26th. If you're interested in volunteering or participating, please contact Mark Rushlow.
Nicole, if you need lights for the trees, again, we'll
I'll let Mark
happy
know.
to donate those for you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, Gordon.
What was that date again, Nicole?
The
Hey, Ryan, what
26th.
day are they closing the pond? Did you say Monday?
Should be Monday, yeah. Well, that's last
Right.
week, Monday, Monday through Wednesday.
Monday through Wednesday. Yeah, Chris Yates is.
You just don't know what to do.
Any other necessary business? Upcoming events, planning commission meeting, what, whoop, whoops.
Here we go.
There you go.
We gonna have a joint meeting anytime soon, Brian? And, did you hear from your computer guy, or the other computer guy?
I have, and for us to get back to them when we can schedule, Reggie was on vacation when I called him, they met last night,
Yeah.
so if we don't meet again for so hopefully between now and the time, we'll have to go to one of their meetings.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're gonna try to get it on
Try
there?
to get it in,
Yeah.
get it done, yeah.
okay.
We're still on questions or stuff that's going on. We talked about that 5 acres up by
Yeah,
and we were gonna try to work a right of way in there, so we're no longer be landlocked
right.
from us. Is that still in the,
It's still like that, the Ralph brothers, we're gonna be scheduling to come in to see either Thursday, or very early.
who are the Rowell brothers?
No, Bill and Brian.
We're not involved with it.
Well,
They
They're
own the
abutting
property,
owner.
they own all around our garage, and then they abut that in the back, so.
Back right down.
But if we deed, there were boundary line adjustment property to it, to the Ziscoy,
Yeah,
will they give us the right to enter that off the driveway?
we can talk to them about it, yeah.
It only makes sense.
Should be, yeah.
That's a good idea. What Steve was bringing up, we really need to do, we should have a map in front of us and agree with what we think is the best thing, and then we go to Missisquoi, and then we go to the Rouse and say, what do you guys think?
But
Why
the-
would Rowell be involved in it?
Well, they
Because
are,
they
because,
own property.
But if
So-
we have, if
so-
we have a right of way.
well, listen for a second, though.
Yeah.
So the reason we got them involved is because they own all the land around the town garage behind us.
Yep.
So my theory was maybe we could barter with them for a little bit of their land, give us more room in our town garage.
Yeah, so that's
And
what the idea.
barter with them the land that borders in the back, maybe.
And they have access off of First Street too.
Yes,
Yeah, so
yes. They own all the way around the
Need
garage.
that right away. However, we're probably, the school's gonna be looking for an easement, they don't wanna really give up their trail that
Yeah.
they use for cross-country, so that's
Oh,
all.
then maybe we don't give them the boundary line adjustment.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
We can all play this.
So, I mean, we look at it as what's the most beneficial to us. Is
Yeah.
We bought the property and, you know, if we can get, I mean, we only have an acre lot in our town garage, so.
We should get this resolved so we don't have to pay again. All right, I
Well,
mean,
it shouldn't be nothing more to pay, we own it.
well, I know, but it's still taxable.
Or
Not
no,
anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay, all right, guess we're off the hook, but it still should get resolved.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
And what I'm gonna propose is that next meeting, we have a map in front of us.
Yeah.
And we can all decide, you know, have the discussion and decide how we wanna approach this, and then we go contact the players and put this in front of them, and get this moving, otherwise it's just gonna drag on and drag on. And might as well get it over with.
Good idea.
And I thought that the school board was gonna come tonight about putting that, the ballots on out.
No,
We're gonna
they,
table that to the next meeting.
Oh, we are, okay. All right.
actually, I looked at your
Yeah.
email, and you had told her at some meeting.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, I probably did. That's no big deal. Yeah, okay. As long as that's all good. All right, everybody all good, Neil?
Yep.
Okay, planning commission meeting Wednesday, November 16th at 6:30 at the town offices. Holiday, Thanksgiving holiday is Thursday, November 24th, and Friday, November 25th. Town office operations will be closed. DRB meeting is Thursday, December 1st, 6 PM here at the town offices. And our regular select board meeting is Tuesday, December 6th at 7 PM here at the town offices. Do we need an executive session?
Briefly.
Yeah, the personnel, right? Or you got something different?
No, it was real estate.
Real estate, okay, alright. Okay, I'll entertain the motion. to go
I
on
move
exec-
that we find that we enter executive session for the select board to receive confidential contract and personnel information for which the premature disclosure of it to the general public would clearly place the select board and others at a substantial disadvantage.
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it.
I move that based on the just made findings, that premature disclosure would place the select board and others at a substantial disadvantage, we now enter executive session.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
I'll second it.
Scott,
You got a second?
Good to see you.
Do we all say aye?
See you soon.
All right,
Yeah, I'm for it.
ayes have it.